Hi, my name is Bri and welcome back to my channel. So this is my first loc video. Just some backstory. I got my locs, well, I started my locs in 2015. I have been natural since January of 2010. So I had some pretty good length starting off. There was only one natural hairstylist within our area, and she took advantage. But whatever. So I wanted small to medium, not medium, but pretty small locs, not micro locs or like sister locs, but like pretty thin locs. And she charged me, mind you, these were just twists in my own hair. I did not install anything. I did not have additional hair added or loc extensions or anything like that. That wasn't huge back then. Like not a lot of people didn't know too much about doing loc extensions or whatever. So I started off like ugly stage. But whatever. She charged me $400, $450 for just twists, like coil twists. But because I had so much hair, she said, it took her 2 days. Like it took her like 5 hours per day. And I had over almost 250 to 300 locs. Over time, I've had to combine because some of them have come out. Just because there were so many. Again, I have a lot of hair. I have really thick hair. So I didn't have to combine too many, but just because I do my hair by myself, I didn't want to have to deal with thinning locs or having to go to a loctician, because for a retwist, she was going to charge me $150 every time because my hair was so much for her. And again, she was the only natural hairstylist in my town at the time. I lived in the country, okay? But I digress. Anyway, I did my own hair. I've always done my own hair since I got comb coils in 2015. And being that I'm bored and pregnant, 5 months pregnant, I wanted to do something different. And I can't wear wigs. Like I was a wig girly I was a half wig girly back in the day. Like you couldn't tell me anything about was it Super Mingo? Like that was my go-to in college. That was my go-to in college. Like it was Super Mingo or Outre, Peruvian. Those were slick back to front, throw on a half wig, call it a day. But I can't do that now because, again, I have too much hair. I can't wear lace fronts. I have too much. I can't fit anything under a wig. Like, I bought a human hair half wig, tried to get somebody to braid down my hair, and it still barely fit. One, my head is big as hell. And then two, I have a lot of hair. So, I have to do what I gotta do with my own damn hair. Anyway, I saw what people are calling mermaid locs on TikTok. Now, I've always loved Bohemian style locs. Like, of course, everyone is gonna bring up like Lisa Bonet or whatever. But that's the style that I really liked. I wish I could have that, but I don't have that type of hair, honey. So I decided to add bundles to the end of my hair, and it took some trial and error. I tried to find YouTube videos on it, tried to find TikTok videos on it, and some of the stuff worked, some of it didn't work. I just basically had to figure it out what worked for me and what I could do to my own head. So I did buy 3 bundles of virgin human hair, being that I wanted them the curly pieces to be long. And I've already done this. Now there are 2 or 3 that I got lazy and I just haven't done it. I was planning on doing this video, but y'all, I have to find them in a minute. But they are already done. They are not moisturizing right now, and I'm going to tighten up my front row. But they do have curly ends all over, and they reach, I want to say, let me stand up. They reach past my butt, like under my butt cheek. So they're very long. My hair is already long. I'm trying to find one. Here's one. So this is how long my actual locks are. So they're down here, and this is from the middle of my head. The bottom ones, this is where my actual lock stops. So that is down to the tail of my butt. So I got 18, 20, and 22 inch, and I did like an inch up a lock, and they're curly. Like this is 18, 20, and 22 stretched out. So it didn't add that much length on, but I had to get longer bundles to get the look that I wanted. This one I got off Amazon. I'll link it down below, but it's supposed to be virgin human hair. I've had these in for over a month. I washed them, retwisted them. I use real hair products on them. So I'm planning on keeping them in as long as possible until they start looking ratty. As long as I take care of them, they just curl right back up and they don't look bad. None of them have fell out. I've got a little bit of shedding, but if I need to, I can always put some hair back in. So I'm going to do one with you guys, let you know what my process is, tighten up the front of my hair, and then call it a day. So we're back. So I have my little lock that I somehow forgot. I think I have probably like 3 or 4 in my head that I just said forget it. Nobody's gonna see them anyway, but eventually I'll do them. So this is one of those. What you will need to do this is obviously your hair. I already had like a little bundle that I was working on. I used all of the 22 in my hair. I'm working on the 20. I got 18 as a backup if I do need to do any touch-ups. You'll need a crochet needle, 0.5. I got these off of Amazon, a 3-pack where they had like 2-prong, 3-prong, and 1-prong. It was really cheap, especially if like you need to reattach a lock or something down the line. These are always good to have. And then a crochet I just got from Beauty Supply. And then what's really important, which some people might fight me on, is I wanted something to be seamless. Like again, my hands, I can't do that whole rolling joint where everything looks seamless. I already had started combing out the ends of my locks because I wanted curly ends of my locks. I have no problems cutting my hair because my hair is already long. So if you don't want to do the way that I'm doing it, that's completely fine. You find what works for you. This is just works for me. So I am going to clip literally the tiniest part of my lock just to get it open. So it's just the tip of the bud. Like you can't even tell. Like you can't see it at all. And then I have a spray bottle. So we're just gonna wet the end. You can get conditioner if you want. That'll help soften it up. I'm only combing out enough that I can attach hair to it. So I don't even have to do a lot of combing out at this point. Oh, and this metal comb, like I said, is needed. If you have locks that are mature, like mine, obviously if you have softer locks, this is gonna be an easier process if you're combing out or trying to get curly ends or anything like that. It's not gonna take you as long. But I've had my locks for 8 or 9 years, I need something strong that will not break. So I got a metal comb. This is like aluminum. It's not gonna break. Again, I got this off Amazon. It has a little rat tail. And it's got me through, and it works relatively quickly. Like, I already have the little piece that I need. Now I'm still gonna comb a little bit, and I've been doing this for what, like a minute? So it doesn't take very long at all. And this is on mature locks. So if your locks are not mature, then this should take you, what, 30 seconds? But anyway, so I got my little piece of hair. And then other than the virgin hair that you're gonna use, I went, because I didn't buy this off of Amazon. I bought everything else off Amazon but this. I had to run to the hair store to realize, like, oh, I need something else to help me. I got natural virgin human hair, but it's like Afro kinky hair. So it resembles like the hair you make extensions out of, like lock extensions out of. But I wanted to seam the two together so it looks like it's actually coming from my lock. So I'm gonna cut my hair. It's off of a bundle. So let me see what the end is. So you just I just do one curl like that. And then cut at the very root. That over there. So right now you have your one little curl. So I have the hair. This is where the crochet needle comes in. Again, these are technically permanent. So I am going to have to cut these out of my hair. I don't have any problems cutting them out of my hair. I will be cutting off less than, what, like a few centimeters off the end of my hair. I'm not tripping like that. So I go to the middle of the very bottom of my lock, put the crochet needle in, grab my little curly piece, hook that in, close the latch, and then just pull it through. All right, so pull through, and then you just want to braid. Technically, you don't have to crochet it in. If you can braid well enough and grip tight enough, you don't have to do the whole process of crocheting it or putting a hole in your lock, as people say. I don't care like that. So and I can't braid very tight. I have carpal tunnel. I type for a living. So we're just gonna do what we gotta do. So that is connected to my hair. And then I usually take, like, I'll get the little scraggly pieces that I know are gonna come out anyway, and grab a very small piece of Afro kinky hair, fluff it up a little bit. I keep losing this lock. Okay, so above where I added the hair in, I'm going to wrap it. So if you've done like faux locks, it's the same process. So you wrap it around the top, go up, and then go down, just so like you can get like a little bit of a foundation. And then you just keep twisting, go up a couple, go down a couple. And you're not gonna have to do, like, I'm using this one piece and calling it a day. So you go up and down until your hair is secure, like the curly piece is secure enough that it's not gonna slip out and it's pretty much knotted within your real lock. Now to make it extra secure, technically, if you really want it to be done, you can palm roll it and it's not going anywhere. But I want it to be extra secure. So I have my crochet. And again, people were doing this where they just took the little curly piece of the hair and crocheting it into the end of their lock. I cannot do that because the end of my lock is so, I guess what you would call chunky. But it's very hard because they're mature. But yeah, I needed this to make it secure and then it would slip out. So I went back in because I saw like a little tiny hole. So I went back in and grabbed a little tiny piece of the Afro Kinky and wrap any holes that you may see or any unsecure spots. Just go back in, grab another piece of Afro Kinky hair and make sure you don't see any holes within the curly to the lock piece. You want to stick where the end of your lock is with the crochet needle and just work it back and forth. You don't want to pull all the way out where it's completely out because that's not creating a knot, but you want to pull out enough that you see basically like the hairs moving and creating knots. And you just go back in and out of that spot and you can twist. So it's basically creating like a little lock foundation between the two. So that way it will look seamless. It's not gonna take very long, so. And this is how people make lock extensions. Like they get the Afro Kinky human hair and they sit there and they just crochet it with this crochet needle until it becomes locks. And I don't know how those people do it because my hands, by the time I finished this, it took me, as far as time, it took me about 3 or 4 days. But I work full time. So by the time I got off work at 5 o'clock, I started doing my hair and I did it from like 5 till 10 for like 4 days. So that's what, like 20 hours. So it is gonna take some time. I didn't have to go out like to work or anything. I work from home. So I'm gonna palm roll it up and then that's pretty much it. Got your lock and it's not going anywhere. So as far as maintenance on these, the curly pieces, obviously I retwist the front of my hair with whatever product that you choose. I usually either do twist and lock, like it's a black and red jar of like gel, like people use it for braids, like braiding gel, or Extreme Pro Expert. And I know I'm gonna get flack for this, but this is what works for me. I've used probably every lock gel on the market because I've done my hair for the past 9 years. And this is the only thing, my hair is very unruly, it's very curly. So the only way that my lock will stay in place and I can have a retwist that actually looks decent for more than a week is to use this gel. And it's the cheapest gel I've ever found in my life. I think this is like it's less than $4 at Walmart and Target. It's alcohol free with it's like aloe vera gel basically. But it's really strong. It doesn't flake in my hair. I don't get any white spots in it. I know people use this a lot in the loose hair community. For wash and goes, it looks really pretty on wash and go. But yeah, I retwist my roots with this, or especially the front, because like me and edge control just don't work. But whenever I go out, I'll take the bottoms of my hair and just spray it with water. There's just water in here to get them wet. And And if you want something kint, this is not the look for you. If you want like perfect coils at the end, I wouldn't suggest having this as a permanent look because it's what people call bohemian. So you are gonna have some knots at the end. Like I have like little curly hair. Like when you're natural, you get like the little fuzz balls at the ends of your hair. It's gonna happen. So you can get a wide tooth comb. I don't feel like finding one right now, but either pull them out or comb them out just to get those little out. You can cut them out if you need to. But yeah, just get the hair pretty wet and then take off my wedding ring. I use Mayo on the end of this. You just want to basically have like a curling cream to put in the hair. Nothing like, I wouldn't put gel or anything in it. It is virgin human hair, so you can use too many hair products, but I wouldn't put gel in this hair. So I take, I don't know, like 2 or 3 pumps of that, put it in my hands, and I just go down, finger comb it, just so we can get the definition back into the hair. And you are gonna get shedding. This is not your hair, so that's completely fine. The good thing about this hairstyle, and I'm glad I bought 3 bundles, is that if you do have a lot of shedding and you want to keep it for longer, all you gotta do is crochet in a piece. It's not that hard to maintain. And then because it's supposed to look kind of unkempt, it doesn't have to look perfect. So I have curly pieces. It looks a lot better than it did before. It's not tangled, it's moisturized. So that is it. And of course I do in 2 sections. It's a lot of hair. Again, you probably saw I have short pieces in here. I haven't finished. I have like, I think I have like 3 or 4 locks that I have not completed, and nobody notices. So whatever, I'll finish them today since they're not going anywhere. But yeah, I only do this when I have to go out somewhere. Usually I just get like a braid on it and wrap it up at night so the curly pieces don't get too much damage. And just treat it like your real hair or like real weave. That's basically how I install the extra hair on the ends of my locks for Mermaid Locs is what people are calling it. But yeah, just wrap my hair up at night with a silk bonnet, spray it with water, put my oil on it, do my retwist as needed, wash my hair as needed with the same products I've been using. I'm gonna try and keep these in until I give birth, which is in November. So all I'm gonna do is snip them out and call it a day, wear my real hair. Because I don't want to deal with extra hair on top of a newborn, because this hair gets kind of heavy considering how many locks I have. I still have over 200 locks with added hair on top of that. It can get kind of heavy. I haven't worn braids in forever, so I have to get used to it. But yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments and I'll answer them. Also, any products, I'm going to try and link it in my Amazon storefront down below. And follow me on social media, which is Bri.Switched, Bri.Switched on TikTok and Instagram. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day.